Hello there once again. This is Santos Jr. here, aka Soldier of Self-Mastery, Philosopher of Everyday Victorious Living, my friend. VL Coach. That stands for Victory Living Coach. Here in Stockton, California. You're probably wondering why I'm holding this cup or this mug here. Anyways, this was a cup, a mug that my son gave to my wife. It's a picture of my son. He's a U.S. Marine. And I'm a veteran myself. I wanted to take a few minutes out in this short clip here. And I want to address something. I had a conversation with my son today, a little bit of a conversation with my son today. And he brought something to my attention. And this is something that I want to bring out in this video. And I promise I'm going to keep this video short. I'm not going to be long in this video. I want to talk to you about fear. I want to talk a little bit about that word and what that word expresses. There's a lot of people today living in fear. I know, because I was one of those people. I had a conversation earlier today with my son, and I was just reflecting on what he shared with me, and I hope that he watches this video wherever he is there in his camp in North Carolina, getting ready to he's going to be doing some special projects and so forth. I love him dearly. He's my only son. I'm with him as a vet, as a United States Navy vet. I wasn't a Marine, but I had Marines on our ship. So I can understand what he may be going through almost 8 or 9 months into this new journey that he's on as a U.S. Marine. You and I don't have to live our lives in fear. If we live our lives in fear, it's because we choose to live our lives in fear. Fear is a very, very dominating experience, and it's also a very dominating a character that some people have. And when you live your life afraid of people or afraid of certain things, there's a possibility that those things will come at us. Because whatever we tend to focus on, whatever we tend to think about most of the time, we will bring into our life. And if you're a person that, if you don't have self-confidence in yourself, if you live in fear, you need to do something about that. You need to figure out why it is that you're living in fear, why you're choosing to live in fear, because you don't have to. There's ways to turn that thing around. I know this is a touchy subject. It really is, because I used to live my life intimidated by a lot of people. And I tell you one thing about me, I'm not intimidated by anyone. Do I have fears? Of course I have fears. I would be lying if I told you that I didn't. But I'm willing to face my fears. I'm willing to stand up when I know that I'm doing something right. I'm willing to stand up because I have a moral obligation that I live with every single day. And I tell myself that I am not going to live my life in fear. I'm not going to be intimidated by people. And some people don't even know, or they may know, that they're intimidating unto others They may not have, maybe they might have an awareness, but then maybe not. Because our habits make our lifestyle, and we all come from somewhere. We all have a beginning somewhere, and we grow. And either those beliefs that we've had instilled in us, they grow with us, or we end up acknowledging a belief in our life that we know is not appropriate, and we begin to work on ourselves, and we begin to change that. But in life, there's going to be people that are going to stand in front of you and try to intimidate you. There's going to be times where you're going to have to walk away from a certain situation. And then there may be a time, there may be a day where it could possibly cost you your life because you stand up for what you believe, because you stand up for your standards. And you have to make a choice. You have to decide how you're going to live. Every day, every single day, there's going to be experiences, there's going to be opportunities that are going to present themselves. You know, and sometimes we put ourselves in predicaments. We make decisions and we put ourselves in predicaments where fear is a factor in that situation. But I'll tell you, my friend, and I promise that I'm not going to keep this video long here. You don't have to live your life intimidated by other people. You don't have to live your life intimidated by experiences or by things that maybe haven't happened yet, or maybe will never happen. You can choose. Right now, right here, you can choose to live a life of confidence by plugging in, by associating with fearless things, educational environments that are going to help you develop a fearlessness in your life. Environments that are going to help you. And I'm talking about videos, I'm talking about books, I'm talking about seminars, I'm talking about education. It's all education. Self-empowerment, self-development, self-mastery is a form of education. And I'll tell you, there's one thing that I really despise. That's people that try to intimidate you. I despise that. Especially if you feel all alone, or you are alone. But I tell you, you don't have to. It may cost you, but you don't have to. And the best thing that you can do, especially around people that may try to intimidate you, the best thing to do is humble yourself and walk away. If you must defend yourself, well then you must defend yourself. I'll tell you something that I do. You know, I carry pepper spray with me wherever I go. I have a martial arts background, and I don't like fighting. I've had a few fights in my life, but that's not the type of person that I am. I'd rather discuss a situation or walk away from a situation. But if I have to stand up for myself in any given situation, I will stand up for myself. So I'm not going to live in fear, and I'm not going to be intimidated by anyone or by anything. And that's the mindset that you got to have today. You know, it's not about walking around with your chest puffed out, you know, thinking that you're tough. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about having a mindset of security in yourself and reminding yourself, because you're doing the homework. You're plugging into those sources that are actually helping you develop your life and those positive habits. Don't let people intimidate you. Don't live your life in fear. If you have fears, face your fears. Look at them, speak to them, set them aside, and go forward. But don't ever let somebody intimidate you or try to make you feel less than, because whatever reason they think that, they're God's gift to planet Earth. See yourself as 100 feet tall on the inside. See yourself as bulletproof. Recognize that those standards that you have, that you're going to live by every day, may cost you your life, because there may be somebody out there that doesn't like you. There may be somebody out there that's going to be possibly intimidated by you. So be it. If that's the way that the Master's plan is set up for you to leave this world. But just remember every single day, don't live your life in fear. Don't be intimidated by people. Stand up and know that you are strong in who you are, and you have the ability and you have the capability to walk away from something or to defend yourself. That's why it's important for us to be prepared ahead of time. I talk about these things in my videos. We must be preparing for what? How do you know what you need to prepare for? Well, you got to evaluate your life. You got to look at your life. You got to look at where you are in life. You got to look at where you want to be. You got to look at your weaknesses. Look at your strengths. I said earlier that I walk around with pepper spray. Yeah, I keep pepper spray with me. It's a little assurance. That's not gonna if my day's gonna end, if my life is gonna end, pepper spray's not gonna save me. But I'll tell you what, it may get me out of a little predicament. I've been in quite a few of them, and having that little pepper spray handy is very, very convenient. Now, again, I'm talking to my son. I'm dedicating this video to my son. I hope he sees this video. It's about having an alpha mindset. Alpha mindset, A-L-F-A, alpha mindset. It's about being a soldier of self-mastery. It's about believing in yourself and having confidence in yourself. It's about not being intimidated by anyone or anything, and reminding yourself of that every single day, because believe me, you will be tested. My friends, I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video. I'm with you wherever you are. I'm in the trenches. I'm in the battle. I'm in the battle zone every single day. I'm in there. I'm no better than anybody else. But I'm going to remind you and me, I'm going to remind us again before I end this clip here, I am not going to be intimidated by anyone. Period. So, with that said, this is Santos Jr., aka Soldier of Self-Mastery, VL Coach, Philosopher of Everyday Victorious Living. Comment, subscribe, like, and share. Comment, subscribe, like, and share. Be a part of this vision. Help me, help you, you help me, we help others. Change lives, change mindsets around the globe, my friend. I'll see you on another clip. Remember to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over-the-top day, daily, in spite of and because of. Peace, my friend. And again, I dedicate this to my son, Santos, the 3rd United States Marine. Wherever you are, man, I love you, son. Stay strong, and remember, Alpha Mindset 209, Semper Fi.